when you're on a homestead or a large garden, let's say, a lot of that has to do with healing yourself as well, because if you don't believe that you're worthy of good things in life, then how are you going to create that? It's like expecting a car to go forward when you're in reverse. My name's Sharon Rose, and it's been a lifelong dream of mine since I was 5 to have the right to belong to the family land that I grew up in. I was very lucky that on my dad's side there was 7, on my mum's side there was 10, and they're all gardeners, and so we grew up with so many wise teachers who taught us so many things. This is our dad, Bill Rose. And Dad was a real innovator, but he was very extremely hardworking. And because we grew up on the family home block, so that was where all the outbuildings were. And in its day, before Dad's generation, it was a self-sustainable place. So, it had a dairy, it had a smithy, it had a big granary. All of those old buildings were made sustainably. So he left, and Grandpa did before him as well, areas of forest and trees so that they could be used to build houses and yards, etc. Stones to build chimneys and all of that. So this is Dad's solution to feeding 12 calves at a time, because they all try and steal each other's milk. So he created a bale system so that they just have their own little drinking trough, and it's on a lever like that. So he was really innovative in the way he did things. He built things to last as well, and that's what homesteading is really about. It's the old ways, bringing the wisdom and all the knowledge forward into the future. So there's so many benefits of gardening here. We're constantly learning. Aren't we, Di? We never stop learning as gardeners. We're breathing in fresh air, we're growing fresh produce. It gives us choice as well of organic produce. An Irish gardener had a really good point. Then instead of saying spray free, we should be saying, well, these are actually chemical vegetables. But, obviously that's not really acceptable to commoners. But he does have a point. And again, it puts us back in the driving seat of being custodians of our own growing spaces. Learning to be a garden is really key. That's, of how we can start to learn to look after ourselves. And these days, there are community gardens in just about every town. Many of the schools have school programs as well. The Stephanie Alexander programs where, children and parents as well, can learn how to grow. And when COVID hit, okay, that was a human tragedy, it was horrible, but it also sparked a global gardening boom. And it was so good because we started to get back to those ways. So I ended up living in the UK, and it wasn't the plan, but like I said before, wherever you go in life and whatever you do, everything has a learning about it. So it's a really short growing season in the UK, and everything is cold and dark and worse than here in wintertime. So it was very interesting. I learned about the allotments there, the vegetable allotments or the garden allotments that still exist today. And so I learned about so many of the herbs and the old ways that our ancestors grew up with. So this is my little hectare area, and it's on a slope. So that's talent. We had a family agreement, but no title. So you can't build until you have a title. If you are going on the owner builder journey, talk to as many people as you can, get as much advice as you can. Doesn't matter if you're a woman and you don't have a lot of skills. Like, I'm not a builder, I have a dream, and this is my dream. Like I say, it does have a roof and walls up. It doesn't have a lot of facilities now or heating, but I'll get there. So that's all right. There's nothing there. So it's about being mentally, what's the word? Just looking after yourself, I guess, is what I want to say, mentally, emotionally, and getting into nature. That's been a big part of the journey because it hasn't been easy. So keep plodding on. There's so many countries that do support the Homesteading Act. The Homesteading Act was a big thing in Australia at the turn of the century and also in America. In so many other countries, it's more supported by the government, and the Anastasia books are creating a worldwide movement, which is really good. Homesteading by the Hectare is a big part of the wisdom and philosophy from the books as well. Be gentle to yourself on this journey. Remember that you're always braver and you're more resourceful and creative than you think you are. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Sharon.
Beautiful. Can I take him home?
Keep busy.
Hello.
Keep busy.
So we got him off a young family that had to go to Perth. They have sheep. And he was rejected by his mum, so he was a day old when we got him.
Oh, beautiful.
That was the most the boys bought him jets for 2 teams.